Hello everyone, this is Mr. Speak and I'm going to be doing my review on Bleach 467. We continue from last one. Yukio, I can finally remember his name. Anyway, he's about to be attacked by his monsters, but Toshiro saves him. However, Toshiro is not planning to let him off easily. He freezes most of his body with the exception of his head and his arm. Because I don't know how he knows. He's saying it like the dimension that he created won't vanish unless Yukio does it or something along those lines. I don't know how he knows that, but still, whatever. In any case, so yeah, he's been threatening to this. So Toshiro is saying he won't kill him if he complies. In any case, yeah, the Shinigami have taken a really dark step. Normally, they try to spare humans and stuff like that. Sure, these aren't the best of people, with the exception of like Ruruka and possibly Jackie. Still, we don't know. It's kind of shocking they're willing to kill him so easily rather than trying to find another solution. In any case, we come to the Ikaku and Shishigawara fight. And Shishigawara is actually a pretty competent combatant in spite of, initial thoughts, but it's mainly his full brain that enables him to do so. In any case, his thing is he gets high rolls like automatically, when he first starts using it. Now that the fight's drawing on though, he's not getting good rolls anymore. Oh, that good. He's still doing somewhat damage, but in any case, it just devolves into like this major fist fight. And then one of the badass moves to end any fist fight, the headbutt, which is something that's, really funny. In any case, Ikaku tells him he is not as lucky as Ikaku because he's the luckiest man within the 11th division, within all the 13th divisions. In any case, so yeah, it looks like two fights are over. The Yukio fight we kind of knew had ended. It was just a matter of how it ended from last chapter, and then now the Shishigawara fight is over. I'm really curious to see what's going on in the Ruruka fight, just because I'm curious to see what she's going to do. Of course, the Ginjao Ichigo and Tsukishima Byakuya. Tsukishima, I think, is similar to how the Toshiro fight went. In that, okay, when we last saw him, he was about to get his ass kicked, and then next time we'll see him, his ass will already have been kicked or is about to be kicked, and it will happen during that rest of that chapter. So anyway, that's all the little summary I'm going to do. Yeah, so we're just basically continuing the Fullbringer fights this week. Not much to say. Yeah, somewhat. I don't know what to say. Somewhat promising, I guess. Just because again they're only about lieutenant level, but at the same time they're potent enough to actually do something against them for the most part. I mean, as we saw with the Jackie and Renji fight, she wasn't able to do much at, theoretically her strongest when she's her dirtiest. Like she was covered head to toe in some like black stuff. Um, Yukio fight wasn't much, but then again, it's kind of it was kind of one of those things where he was relying on his power too much. I mean, you could all say they rely on their powers, but at the same time, with the exception of a few, but at the same time, he was one of those that heavily relied on it too much. At least Shishigawara seems to be somewhat fighting competent. His jackpot knuckle only would work if he was able to hit something with it in the first place. So the fact that he's able to at least keep up with Ikaku in that respect, that shows something. Then again, maybe Ikaku just drew it out. That's definite possibility, seeing that he's a part of the 11th division. Maybe, he was trying to hold back because, as we know, none of them need to go all out for these fights. We've seen it with Toshiro. Hell, you could even argue that Toshiro didn't even need Shikai for Yukio. And you could definitely, as we've seen with the Jackie Renji fight, he barely used anything. He barely did anything and he won. So, yeah, I'm really kind of curious on how the Ichigo Ginjo fight is going to be. I'm curious to see if Ichigo has his Bankai back or is he just Shikai. It'd definitely be more interesting if it was just Shikai, but then again, Still, we don't know how much powers he's regained. Even if he doesn't have Bankai, if it was on like a power scale of how he was, when after the whole training session, before the final Getsuga Tensho thing, then even without Bankai, he would still be way above Ginjo's league. So yeah, I'm really yearning to get back to that fight. I'm kind of yearning to see the Tsukishima thing too, as well as the Ruruka thing, but that can wait as well. I guess the things after this to look forward to, again, a bit of explanation about what the hell is going on. Why are these guys here? Restoring Ichigo's powers is one thing, but they arrived at two of a coincidental moment just to be chance. And they mentioned like Ginjo being a former substitute Shinigami, but still, what does that mean? I mean, Ginjo's been around for how long now in like story time? Not in actual, the manga time, but actual story within the manga about what? I don't know. It could have been like a week or something. Either way, you would think they would be keeping tabs on somebody like that. So, what's going on? And how are they going to resolve this situation? It seems that the Fullbringer's powers don't necessarily fade if they die, as has been mentioned by not Tsukishima, Toshiro in this chapter. That even if he killed Yukio, the dimensions wouldn't fade. So does that mean what will happen with Tsukishima if his powers don't fade? Even if they kill him, what are they going to do? Would they be able to convince him? Probably. They probably be able to convince him, being that they're way above him in terms of strength. Maybe, but then again, we don't haven't seen too much of Tsukishima's character. He's been played up to be the partner to a manipulative bastard. So yeah. In any case, I'm gonna cut it off here this week. This has been pretty concise chapter. That's some brain food for thought. I guess is better. Is better analogy. In any case, it's been Mr. Speak signing off.